私は私、あなたはあなたとゆうべ言ってた、そんな気もするわ。グレーのジャケットに見覚えがあるコーヒーのシミ、相変わらずなのね。ショーウィンドウに二人映れば Stay with me 真夜中のドア叩き帰らないでと泣いた。あの季節が今目の前 Stay with me 口癖を言いながら二人の時を抱いてまだ忘れず大事にしていた。恋と愛とは違うものだよとゆうべ言われた、そんな気もするわ。二度目の冬が来て離れていたあなたの心、振り返ればいつもそこにあなたを感じていたの。 Stay with me 真夜中のドアを叩き帰らないでと泣いた。あの季節が今目の前 Stay with me 口癖を言いながら二人の時を抱いてまだ忘れず温めてたまだ忘れず温めてた。
Don't you tell me that it wasn't meant to be. Call it quits, call it destiny. Just because it won't come easily doesn't mean we shouldn't try. We had a good thing going lately. Might not have always been a fairy tale, but you know and I know that they ain't real. I'll take the truth over the story. You might have tried my patience lately, but I'm not about to let us fail. I'll be the wind picking up your sail. But won't you do something for me? Don't you tell me that it wasn't meant to be. Call it quits, call it destiny. Just because it won't come easily doesn't mean we shouldn't try. Coming and going, inside out, back to front. Old tango and messy, but that's how we've been and we'll always be. And that's alright with me. Don't Won't you tell me that it wasn't meant to be? Call it quits, call it destiny. Just because it won't come easily doesn't mean we shouldn't try. Just because it won't come easily doesn't mean we shouldn't try.
We are the music makers, and we are the dreamers of dreams.
Can you give us the
Okay, Harish is in. Harish is in. Are we starting now? Oh my god! Okay.
Okay. Assalamualaikum and greetings to everyone. Okay, so welcome to the first episode of Friday Mic On. And today we have our guest with us, Farah Najihah, and I am your host today, Farah Mushida. And for some ice breaking, I will introduce you to Farah Najihah. Farah Najihah is a very talented individual. If I was about to say myself, she's a manager, producer, and she's also the host for a segment called Dr. English, a segment produced by UTeM TV. So she's from faculty FTMK. If I'm correct me if I'm wrong, Farah Najihah, and she's gonna talk about how to be better at communication. Is that right?
Yes. So good evening, everyone. Assalamualaikum. My name is Farah Najihah, as Lisa already introduced me. I'll be talking about how to be better in communication. Disclaimer: I'm not a professional host or something. I'm just a girl who likes to talk. So I'm here to share a few tips and a few ways on how us especially as students to be better in communicating.
Okay. Sorry. Continue. My bad.
Okay. We as humans and also animals, we communicate almost every day. You know, we communicate all the time in our own languages, our own ways. But communication is also is not just about us talking. It is about us delivering our idea, our thoughts to convince the other party or the other part of the people who is listening to us to be convinced or to agree or to disagree or to to discuss and etc. Communication itself is important because it is I would say a living skill, because if we don't know how to communicate, we can't live, you know, because we basically talk to a lot of we talk and communicate for a lot of reasons, you know. If you want to ask for help, we have to communicate. If we want even to eat, you know, we have to ask people to give us food. Is a part of a communication. It's a part of communication. So in a part of communication, we have there's how to say this. Communication is also not just about pronunciation and talking. It's also about our eye contact, our body languages, our hand gestures or something like that. You know, in ways of that, if we can deliver our idea, our thoughts or our needs in a presentable way, people will understand. People will be able to I would say, you know, give us what we need when we are able to communicate the right way. Okay.
Yes.
Communication, as a student ourselves, we communicate with us among students, us among lecturers, us among so many people. And I do believe a professional communication skill is a prerequisite for everyone, because we talk to officials and staffs. So we need that communication skill so that we can, you know, there's no miscommunications, There's no, like, people can understand us better. So I am going to share you guys some tips on how to be better in communication.
Okay.
So the first step is actually to be confident. To be confident in what you speak, in what you talk, what you are talking about. Because we don't, because if we're not convinced with ourselves on the idea or the things that we want to talk about, other people wouldn't be able to, to trust and to agree or to accept what we speak. So be confident. I know some of us are going to be like, it's hard to be confident. One tip for confidence is fake it till you make it. That's literally my tips on confidence. Because it's hard. Not everyone is be able, like even myself, to get me where I am right now, to be able to speak in front of people. It was hard for me as well. During my school days, I would literally be so nervous to present something in class. But now we have to, I would say, step our confidence ourselves, because without the confidence, we can't convince other people to actually to listen to us. Because if we're confident enough to speak about things, we're gonna be able to deliver our idea in a much more, I would say, convincing. So people will be like, oh, she is delivering things that it's good. If like we thought like we're going to be shy, it's hard for people to listen to us, even to be able to like pay attention to us. It's going to be a bit difficult. So I think confidence is a little part of on how to communicate better. um but as I said, communication is not just about your pronunciation, your vocals, but also your eye contact, your body languages, your, like me myself, when I present or talk, my hands will be moving around a lot. And people would say, always say to me, with that, they actually like listening to me talking because of my hands. So
Yeah.
I guess it's one of the parts of communicating. When we talk with gestures and with a strong eye contact, making eye contact with your audience, especially if you're presenting something, you're gonna be able to deliver your ideas and your presentation wonderfully with your, with that. Because if you're avoiding eye contacts, people are gonna avoid seeing you too, which means paying attention to you uh will be like, people like will be like, oh, she's not watching. People, it's like they feel like we're not talking to them. We're if we like, we're always, our eyes will be, if our eyes is always on the floor, people will be like, oh, she's talking to the floor, so why do we have to pay attention to her? So so a strong eye contact, a strong body language, you being confident with yourself, you being confident with what you're delivering, is also a part of communication. Because as UTeM, as students, we are always presenting. Every semester, every language, every subject that we are taking, we are presenting things. But if we're not confident, or we're not having that strong gestures, and it's gonna be, how would say, a bit not inconvenience, yeah, we'll not be able to convince other people to pay attention to us. Okay, so I think confidence and also gestures, eye contacts, is a very important part of communication skills. Communication is also a part of, is, especially in groups. I do believe, as students, we often have miscommunications, especially during group projects, and during those times there are going to be a lot of problems and stuff. So I think in a good communication as a group, we should always listen. Listen is also a part of communication skills, because if you don't listen, you're not communicating because you're not listening to what the other people has to say. So listening is a part of communication. So you have to pay attention when other people have respect towards other people who are talking, because if you're not paying respect to other people who are talking, you yourself best believe that when you are going to speak, no one is going to respect you too. Okay, so I do believe in like in group discussions, everyone needs to voice out if there's like I would say salah faham.
Ideas. A misunderstanding.
Misunderstandings. Suddenly English. Okay, misunderstandings. You know, you have to voice out. You know, don't keep it to yourself. If you don't understand anything, talk. That's also part of communication. If you don't keep things to yourself, you know, ask. Voice out the things you want to say. Be opinionated, because is that a word? Because if you think about something but you're not delivering it, it's not
Gonna reach the other party.
Yes. So I think communicating you need to also voice out your thoughts. You know, especially during discussions, some of us will be, you know, quiet, or will be will not, you know, we just there to say yes or no. But at the end of the day, you're not you are not, you cannot understand what's the questions and stuff. So you have to voice out. You know, you have to communicate. You know, you have to ask other people. It's okay, because us as students, we understand. You know, like some people are shy because most of the subjects that we learn are in English, right? So it'll be like, oh, I'm so shy to ask another person because I don't know how to speak English. But here is the thing: communication is not about the language; it's about the way how you say it. If you're not confident in English, it's okay. You can speak Malay, you can speak other languages that other people can understand. You know, so that's also uh, a part of communication skills. And then in communication, don't I would say blabber things, you know. Be straight to the point, get to the point. Don't I would say, if we as we will say, don't pusing-pusing, you know, go straight to the point on what.
A bit around the bush.
Yes. Don't you know, just say what you want to say, not okay. I know that some of us, when we're nervous, we tend to like talk other things and not going straight to the point. But a good communication skills needs that. You know, you need to be able to talk straight to the point. You're not going around the other points. You know, like talk straight to the point, because if you know, if you're not, if you're going around the bush too much, people will not pay attention to you. I think the most important part in communication is to have people's attentions to you, you know, in what you're talking. So you should always spitting, you know, you should be also always spitting facts and points, and not beating around the bush, and like going around and around and around and around, those things that are not necessary to be there. I'm probably doing that too, but it's okay. It's there's one thing about communication too. It's okay to make mistakes. Don't beat yourself so hard. You think that to be able to communicate, you cannot make mistakes. No, communication skill is when you're able to deliver. But if you're making mistake, it's okay, and I think that we as human beings are not, are fond to make mistakes. So it's okay, the way we speak. But if you speak with confidence, your mistake is gonna be, I would say, people are gonna just look by it, So that is why in communication you have to be confident. You have to have a strong impression towards other people. So if you're speaking, you're speaking in a very confident, you're presenting. If you're making a mistake, people will be just, oh, was that a mistake? Okay. And people will be just like looking by it. It's okay to make mistakes, but don't beat yourself so hard. You'll be like, oh, when you make mistake, I have seen when some people, when they make mistake, they will immediately feel down. They will immediately felt, oh, okay, I did something wrong, so I have to stop. Don't do that. Continue. Just as if nothing has happened. Go. Just go. I would say, go on with it. Okay, so that's another tip. Don't. It's okay to make mistake. Okay, so another thing in communication is also to think before you speak. I think in nowadays people tend to speak without thinking beforehand. It's like if you see, around the social media platforms, you could see hatreds, comments and stuff. Um that is not a good communication, because you can be opinionated, but though if it's not a good thing, don't voice it out. It's if you really want to voice it out personally, that you can't, if you like, you shouldn't be talking bad about other people publicly, because that's not nice, that is rude. Okay, so think before you speak, think before you write. Communication is not just about speaking, it's also what you write. Okay, it's what you use. It says a lot about you yourself. In when you communicate, you are presenting yourself to other people with your energy, the way you speaking, the way you're talking. People are gonna be able to tell what kind of person you are. So if you write or talk bad things, that just shows your personality. That just shows what kind of person you are. So always think before talking, before communicating. That's also a very important part of communicating, because as I say, it's not good to hurt other people's feeling. It's rude. Okay, so don't do that. It's, and then the next step is to when you communicate, is to be how we say, clear. The way you talk, you shouldn't be sounding like you're mumbling. Okay, that's also a part of communications. When you're talking, don't talk with your voice as clear as you can. People want to hear you probably even like 10 rows behind. You should be able to do that. Our voice is loud enough to be heard by the whole room. So be confident. And as I said in the first tip, be confident. If you mumble, if you not mumble, don't if you're not loud enough, if you can't talk properly, people won't be able to pay attention to you. People be like, what is she talking about? Huh? Huh? So as a good communicator, you have to be able to voice loud and clear, you know. Like how am I talking to you guys? That's how you should, you know, be confident. Be like, speak as loud as you can. If I maybe will be sounding so loud on your ears right now, but that's the way of communication. Because if you're not able to speak loud, you people gonna be like, what is she talking? You know that type. So that also throughout communicating, maintain a smile. You know, don't speak with a serious face or an emo face. No, when you smile, people be like, oh, okay, that's nice to hear and that's nice to see. You know, as humans, we are listening to you. Okay, so I think that's also a part of a great communication skill. And the next one is to treat everyone equally. In this part, I think for us not to be judgy, to not judge other people, you know, as us presenting and also us as listeners, we should not be judging others people ideas or thoughts or things. As I say, you know, you think before you speak. And at the same time, we should not be judgy about other people, because if we're judging other people's ideas, it's okay if you have an opinion on it, but to be, if you know, if you're judging it, that's not nice, you know, because I think it's okay for us to, you know, to point out things that are not nice, you know, but not in a very judgmental way. You know, it's actually heartbreaking. You know, like these days, people are being so judgmental of everything. You know, every single little things that everyone does, like the whole nation will be judging her, or you know, because one thing about judging is we're not in their shoes, we don't know what they are going through, so we shouldn't be judging people. So in part of communication, that is also, so when people speak to you, you should not be judging people, you know. You can, you like, oh, she has a very strong impression, or she has a very good smile, or he is a very loud speaker. But you know, if you're gonna say about other things that is not nice, you shouldn't be having those. You shouldn't judge other people. That's the um uh you know, don't talk down on people, you know. As a speaker too, we shouldn't be talking down, you know. Some of us, I don't know why, but everyone thinks that when you speak English, you have to speak with an accent. For people think that people who speak without an accent is not a good English, which is not correct. Because English is not about accent. It's literally about the idea of, or the how you say it. You know, if you're loud, if you're clear enough to say what you're saying, you're good enough in English. You know, not just in English, in every languages. You know, um, we shouldn't like tell people, oh, you're not good enough. No, it's we have to treat each other with respect. Okay, that's a part of communication too. If we're not respecting each other, that's not nice. Okay, so that's a very apa kata
It's okay.
that happens. Okay, that happens. It's okay, guys. It's okay. I know. Communication is, I think, it it is, if okay. Communication is important. You know, if you have a very good communication skill, you are gonna be able to convince other people. You're gonna be able to deliver your ideas. In that, you're gonna be you'll be able to deliver what you've been thinking, you know. And as an example, if a teacher is a very good, a teacher that communicate well with students, she will be able to inspire and make her students, to participate in her class. A good example, another good example for a good communication is a salesperson. You know, when a salesperson speaks, when she and he or speaks with confidence, you know, she is convincing us to buy that thing no matter what. She will make sure that before we get out of that room, we are gonna buy that thing. That's how, that's why, we need good communication skills. You know, you to be able to convince other people to buy things, to accept our ideas. Um, so yeah, I guess that's a very, you know, a very, importance of communicating. You know, a good communication skills is a very, let's say, a valuable skill that, because not everyone has a very good communication skill, but everyone can learn. You know, everyone can teach yourself to communicate better, because at the end of the day, if you're not able to communicate well, you're not going to be able to speak to people. You know, I think in communicating, we have to always uh I would say be how do you say this? I'm suddenly okay.
Okay, describe a situation. I will
Uh,
help you out.
um especially as students, I think we see this a lot where in class, some of us uh will be like, like pick out that student who speaks well, and she's going to speak for the rest of us. You understand?
Ah,
Okay.
yes.
So I think it should not happen. You know, everyone should, if you have ideas or you want to say something, if you want to ask something, you should be able to do that. You know, you shouldn't like ask other people to communicate for you. You should be able to communicate with yourself. Okay? So
Grab the
uh
opportunity.
yes, because that's like when I was in school, I was very afraid to ask questions. But nowadays, it's, if when we ask questions, we understand the thing better, you know, because if we ask people to ask the question, the people who are asking will understand, the question that we want to ask, because it's how do you say this? It's gonna be a communication, because if you're not able to voice out what you want to say, you are not going to be heard. Okay, that's a part of communication. You want to be heard. You want to be able to be convincing other people. Okay, uh, that that's how important communication is. You're literally communicating with your family or every day. You're communicating with your friends, your lecturers, and everyone around you. So I think a very good communication skill will get you somewhere. You know, because I believe people like uh like big, like famous people, like how to say, well known people, they have very good communication skills, because when you are able to communicate well, you are going to be able to 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 be able to make people pay attention to you. So I guess that's a very, very important. So yeah, the tips and tricks on how to be better at communications. I am sorry if I'm mumbling a lot, and because this is our first episode in Friday Mic On, so this is also my first time doing a live stream, so I am very, very, very nervous. I'm literally shaking right now as I speak into you. Like, that's why I say in communication, in confidence is key. But if you're not confident, just fake it. Okay, I'm faking my confidence right now. I am acting like I am talking to the wall with no one. but uh, but yeah, it's like communicating is very important. So be confident about it. Be just you be your own. It's you don't have to copy how other people communicate. You should find your own what is what are you comfortable with. But yeah, so I think that's all from me. So yeah, thank you to Lisa for having me as a guest today. I'm sorry if my points are a bit messed up or things. I'm nervous today, so please forgive me. So yeah, thank you everyone for listening to me speaking today. So we'll go back to Lisa, I guess.
That's a very impressive and amazing speaking way of speaking. I mean, like the way how you so fluent at it. How long have been you? How long have you been practicing? Ever
Um,
since?
I think I am very, say, lucky, I guess, because I was in an all girls school.
Oh,
So I wasn't I wasn't that, afraid to talk. But I was a bit shy to present because,
mm,
everyone has stage frights,
mm,
and everything. So I like that. That's but just as I said, fake it till you make it. That's what I've been holding on. And just just act as if you're not talking to anyone, you're talking to yourself. Okay, that's how I improve myself. And always talk to other people. Because when when you always talk to other people, you will know how to talk better. Yeah, I think that's also part of how I improve myself in communication in
yeah.
communicating.
I think talking to other people is very very important because me I actually, how do I practice? I always talk to myself. So there wasn't, it wasn't as efficient as if like you are communicating with other people. So I try to communicate with my friends in English also. Also, I have been practicing for a long time, but I will never like. Okay, during my first competition, I messed up a lot. I couldn't speak a word. Like it was horrible. But Farah Najihah, you are a very amazing speaker. You'll be able. This is your first live streaming, and I wouldn't believe it because you're that fluent, and it's like you be the way you are. You'll be able to get a point across, get all the point intact. It's really impressive. I just you are a magnificent speaker. I will shall say that. That's what you get from three position in a
Uh,
segment. Oh my god! I have still have lot of things to learn from you. Be my mentor. Be my sensei.
I'm just literally speaking what is on my mind. Don't think too hard. When you
Mm.
communicating, don't think too hard. Don't be so harsh to yourself. Just just go with the flow. That's how I. So yeah, thank you for the compliments. I'm still shaking even though we're finished. But yeah, I want to say thank you to all the people that are listening and watching us right now at YouTube right now. Yeah, so thank you guys uh for bearing with me on what I have to say, what I have to talk. So yeah, Lisa, you may.
Thank you for having us tonight. Thank you to Farah Najihah for how can I say allocating her time, her effort, her energy to join us for the first episode ever. This is actually my first segment, and I am if I didn't barf this morning, don't call me Nisa because I literally I was about to barf 3 times. I actually have a dustbin right here. It's not good, let me tell you. But thank you for the audience, especially because you can actually it's like 8 a.m. and you should enjoy yourself. Yet you still are with us, and that's a very that's a high. How can I say? I really highly appreciated it. And since this is a Friday night, I think that I will close this segment early on. Thank you for having us, and have a good night. Assalamualaikum and bye.
Good night, everyone. Thank you for having us. Bye.